Hey guys, what is up? It is No Help and welcome back to another video today. So today we're going to be talking about AFKing in Runescape and how pretty much you should be doing it. So if you guys like the video, make sure to smash the like button and maybe even consider subscribing for more. Okay, so what is AFKing in RuneScape? It basically means away from keyboard, and it's a method that tons of people use for pretty much every single skill in the game to train it in more of a chilled or relaxed way. Now, AFKing, for me personally, I like it to be between 15 seconds and 1 minute plus. Now, there are some other methods that you can do to make it, say, 10 minutes plus. There's other methods people have been using in the past that you could do hours at a time, but in today's video, we're going to be focusing on methods from anywhere from 15 seconds to a minute plus. So first of all, I want to talk about a Runelite plugin that can help you out called the log out timer. Now pretty much your character, if it's inactive at any activity, will log out in 5 minutes, and it can be annoying if you're very busy doing something, you hop back to the other monitor and your account's logged out. So with the log out timer plugin, you can bump this all the way up to 25 minutes so that it'll make it so much longer, so that you should probably never log out. Now, if you do find yourself logging out a lot, another really helpful tip is to have a regex launcher. So instead of having to log in every single time, once you load up the regex launcher, all you have to do is click play, and then you will hop right into the game and you can get into your skilling and AFK grinds, and it just makes it a lot easier so you don't have to type it in every single time. Now, why should you AFK certain skills in RuneScape? I think it's very good for people who have busy lives or don't have as much time to play the game. It's a great way to gather experience, gold, and resources really without noticing the time going by, and it makes, like I said, it makes it way less effort and gives you time to do other things. And another bonus is a lot of these activities can actually be done very easy on the mobile client, so you could do them in the go. If you're in a car somewhere and somebody's driving you, it doesn't really matter, right? Some people do it at work, whatever it is. A lot of these methods you can do on the mobile phone. Another reason you might want to do it is some of these items can only be obtained in a certain way, like fishing carbons. Right now, for example, if I want these on my Ironman to cook up and use for combat, it's one of the only ways really I can get them. Okay, so now I'm gonna talk about some of my personal favorite ways of actually AFKing in the game. Probably my all-time favorite one would be combat, especially gargoyles. Now, combat can be done very easily with a Runelite plugin called NPC Aggression Timer. As you can see in the top right here, it says 9 minutes and 27 seconds left until the NPCs become unaggressive. Now, there's a little yellow marker that goes all the way around my screen, and that's where creatures, if there were creatures here, basically could attack me if they were aggressive. And after the 10 minutes they won't anymore. So how do you reset this? You just walk out of the line and boom, you got 10 minutes again, and now in this box the creatures will be aggressive to you. So you really only have to click out of the box every 10 minutes, and you can bring some prayer potions, some tank gear, even other gear such as like guttons and stuff. Now, my personal favorite method of doing this is gargoyles, because you can just bring full guttons there, sit back, AFK, and make an absolute ton of money. On my alt account, I've killed 25,000 gargoyles, and on my Ironman, I've killed a couple thousand as well. One of my personal favorite methods. Now, some of my other personal favorite methods would be fishing and cooking, just because they are very AFK. You make a little bit of money in the background, and it doesn't really take too much effort at all. Fishing a little bit more than cooking, I would say, because you have to run to the bank every couple of minutes. But if you have something like the fish barrel, it's pretty much 2 inventories before you have to bank, right? And if you have cooking and Dragon Slayer 2 complete, the cooking range is right beside a bank. Other notable favorites of mine would be things such as mining, say amethyst, or at the Motherlode mine, or training Slayer, which is basically combat again. Now, without AFKing a lot of my skills, I definitely wouldn't have maxed the account. Like, if every skill was, say, as click intensive as something like agility or hunter or even construction, definitely would have burnt out of the game by now. The good reason I like to AFK is you can take some breaks and play some other games while still gaining progress on RuneScape. For me, I don't really have many interest in other games, but some old classic childhood games, if I see they get an update, I want to check them out again. Say Minecraft gets a new update, I want to play that for a month or something. I can set an account to do some AFK activity, so I still actually gain progress on RuneScape, but I don't really have to dedicate and fully focus on the game the entire time. It's really good because then you won't also kind of lose focus on the game, because I know a lot of people, if they don't play it for a week or 2 weeks, they really don't want to do it anymore, right? So it's a good way to actually stay in the rhythm of it, make a bunch of GP, make some experience on the side, and honestly, it's just good overall for your account. Now, it's crazy how much progress you could get done in just a month of AFKing. When the league's Trailblazer Reloaded came out, I started playing that and AFKing on my Ironman so I could get some progress done in the background. We've gained almost 2 million fishing experience, and keep in mind, we haven't logged into this account every single day. We fished over 500,000 raw Karambwangis, over 27,000 of the raw Karambwans, and we cooked a little bit of them up too. So, you know, we gained 2 million fishing experience. We gained 10, almost 11 million GP, and we pretty much have bait to catch Karambwans for the rest of our lives. And as you can see in my bank, I just have been doing this for a very long time with Karambwans. Okay, so what I'm going to be talking about next is really good methods that you can do for most skills in the game if you want to AFK them. Now, there will be some exceptions on this list, ones that I personally don't think are worth even trying to AFK, or if there is a method for it, it's not worth doing. I would probably say construction, agility, thieving, herbler for the most part, and I would say hunter as well. Probably most of the other ones you can kind of AFK, right? So with combat, my favorite options would be, say, the Nightmare Zone or Gargoyles. With ranged and magic, we have maniacal monkeys that you can actually AFK and either use ice spells or chinchompas on these guys. For prayer, we've got Gilded Altar or the Wilderness Altars. Probably the more AFK one would be, say, the one in your player-owned house, because you're gonna have to teleport back and forth from the wilderness unless you want to risk a lot of bones. Now, for rune crafting, I would suggest AFKing the blood runes on Zaya. Crafting, you can blow glass. That's personally the method that I will be doing for crafting on most of my accounts now, because you either make a little bit of money or pretty much lose nothing. Fletching, you can just fletch regular logs, magic logs, whatever. Most of them you will be making profit as well. Don't string them, you can just cut them if you want to AFK. And then we've got Slayer. You know, most of the tasks in the game, if you stay away from boss tasks, will be AFK. Mining, we've got, say, the Motherlode Mine or Amethyst, which you can also make a lot of money from. Hunter, I wouldn't say is AFK, but if you consider birdhouse runs AFK, you set them up and then you wait, so kind of in a way I would say, but not fully. Smithing, you can AFK dart tips. Other methods of smithing are pretty intense, so I would say dart tips would be the best to AFK. And then fishing, my favorite is Karambwans with the fish burial, but most of the fishing methods in the game are fairly AFK. Cooking, anything, especially with unlocking Dragon Slayer 2 and having the cooking range right beside a bank. Now, fire making used to not be AFK, but now we've got the bonfires, or I forget what they actually called them in old school RuneScape, where you can actually just add logs to one single fire. It's not going to be the most or the best experience in the game, but now we've got a way to AFK fire making, which is awesome. Now, wood cutting, my personal favorite method of AFK wood cutting would be redwood trees. They're fairly good experience, you can make a little bit of money, and they're better than a lot of the other methods for wood cutting in the game. And then farming is debatable if it's AFK, to be completely honest. Again, it's kind of like birdhouse runs, where you go and set up a bunch of the seeds and plants, and then you kind of wait there for a while, and then you can even harvest them in a couple of days. So I would probably consider farming to be AFK. Now, personally, I did most of these methods to train my skills from 1 to 99. Of course, I mixed it in there a lot. Like for smithing, personally, I probably did gold ore to make it faster. Slayer, I did a lot of bossing to just get some more drops and stuff like that. Of course, I mixed it up, but these are the methods that I personally would do to try and AFK an account to get a max cape one day, right? You got a busy life. I understand you want to play other games. You don't want to just play a RuneScape your entire life. Maybe I do, but I know a lot of people wouldn't want to do that. So, you know, get another monitor, something like that, do some AFKing on the side, and play Minecraft or play whatever you want to play. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching the video today, and I will catch you guys in the next one. See ya later.